Welcome, everyone, to the Eastern Conference Final. I'm Kevin Harlan with Coach Mike Fratello and Clark Hello. We have Game 3 between the Pistons and the Bulls. Mike, I hope you can hear me. This Chicago arena is rocking right now.
Well, this city knows how pivotal this game is for the Bulls. It's a must-win situation for Chicago, and they'll need to be at their best to stand a chance.
Oh, and that won't be easy. Michael Jordan and the Bulls, Clark, have so far been stifled by this great Piston D.
Well, the Pistons are known as the bad boys, and for good reason. The defense is suffocating, it's physical, it's disruptive, and it's unrelenting. Chicago has to find some way to get their offense going in this series.
As you always say, they hang their hats on their defensive play.
That's right.
Here now, a look at the starting five for the Pistons. It's Thomas and Dumars in the backcourt. Rodman and Lambeer, the fearsome frontcourt pair. And in the middle, James Edwards. Looking at the starting five for the Bulls. Paxson runs the point. Grant and Cartwright play in the post at the 4 and 5. And on the wings, it's the dynamic duo of Jordan and Pippen.
And the Pistons defense, so physical. You know you'll get bumped and banged up against them. They are both intimidating and effective.
From deep. That one doesn't drop. Now the Pistons take it the other way. And Clark, with the Pistons and their defense, they've also imposed what they call the Jordan rules. What is that?
Well, I tell you, it's 10 eyes on Jordan at all times, sending doubles, triples, and traps at Jordan whenever he has the ball, Kevin. And they know he's the key to the Bulls' offense, so they're really trying to cut him down with a lot of bodies and a lot of physicality. And so far, through the first two games, it's worked.
That's a good explanation. And Clark, Isaiah Thomas, just 8 points in Game 1, and then he had 10 points in Game 2. He wants to get it going tonight. You can just feel it.
Absolutely, and you figure Zeke will have to be better than that. I mean, he's too good of a player to put up numbers like that all series long.
Yeah, I agree. Here's Rodman following the basket by Michael Jordan. Lambeer kicks to Dumars. There's the drive. The Bulls found success with pressure on defense. And here we go again.
The drive by Dumars is so quick. The defense tries to react in time, but they wind up fouling him.
Detroit shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good, Dumars. Mike Fratello, Michael Jordan, through the first 2 games has been solid, but we know he is capable of more.
Just 20 points for him last game. I would imagine he does everything in his power to put up bigger numbers than that tonight.
This could be an all-timer. Here's Grant. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. Thomas against Paxson. Thomas passes to Rodman. Back to Thomas. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Bulls ball.
And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for Chicago. Mike, the Bulls have had some turnover problems in this series, and that is something they're going to have to avoid here.
Without question, 19 turnovers for them last game. You know the Pistons bring the pressure. Bulls have to minimize unforced errors.
Especially at this stage of the season in big games like this. Now here's Rodman. Outside Dumars. Rodman passes to Edwards. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Rodman.
Great feed by Rodman.
The Bulls off to a slow start. 4-point game. Jordan can't get it to go. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Thomas, good.
Boy, inside, the defense goes all out trying to stop Thomas, but he stays focused and manages to get around him for the bucket.
Now, here's Paxson.
And the Bulls seemingly over their injury issues now. Paxson's ankle and Jordan's hip are looking close to 100%.
And, you know, Mike, it was obvious how those injuries impacted the Bulls early on. In games 1 and 2, their backcourt was just not at full strength.
And there's a steely determination about this Chicago Bulls team. And with more on that, let's go across the way to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Michael Jordan has been silent with the media this week, but not with his teammates. Craig Hodges says that Michael talked to them. Nothing motivational, just normal. But the Bulls coaches had a different demeanor. They want to stop the early Detroit runouts, stop them early in transition, and they want more offensive rebounders. Guys?
Thank you, David. More than 19,000 fans in this arena await the fate, Mike, of Chicago.
Detroit has come into this building and won 9 of the last 11. That's making a pretty good statement, especially in a place like Chicago where it's tough to win.
Big statement, you're right.
You know, this Pistons team is so strong and focused on the road. I don't think the crowd in Chicago is going to be any problem at all for them.
And the Pistons with the second-best road record in the league. A team full of veterans, they have plenty of composure to spare in this series.
Here's Dumars, following the basket by Michael Jordan. Edwards dishes to Rodman. And Thomas has it in the corner. It's 3-pointers off the mark.
And got to be honest here. I mean, he should have made that.
I bet it's not going to affect his confidence, though. He's going to keep taking those shots. Big effort gets the big reward. Simply outplaying the defense.
.34 seconds left to play here in the first. To the paint. Lambier's shot is off. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. They trail by 6. Grant, that's good.
9 times out of 10, he probably misses that. But somehow, he found a way.
Here's Thomas, and he converts the layup. Thomas got 6.
Even though he's a smaller guard, Thomas is not afraid of attacking inside. Really good work there.
For 3, Paxson. The shot, no good. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Pistons ahead, up 6. And we'll be back right after this.
The Pistons, 16.
Welcome back, everyone, to Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals here in Chicago. Now, here's Thomas.
And early in this series, the Pistons have had a big bench advantage. A lot of points chipped in from the second unit. It's a problem for the Bulls.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Dumars is out there with Thomas. Then it's Lambier. Then it's Edwards. And it's Aguirre in at the 3. Pistons leading by 6. Hey, Clark, remember in Game 1, the Bulls only managed 12 points from their bench.
But they did get it going in Game 2, Kevin, but so did the Pistons. I think the Pistons have a deeper and more battle-tested bench. Somebody on Chicago's side is going to have to really step up.
Here's Neely, covered by Dumars. Here's Armstrong. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Showing some poise on the challenging finish. Armstrong was just a fighter. Looking at the Pistons, you have to appreciate their approach. They play to their strengths and keep a very level head throughout the game.
Not what we expected at all. He normally has that shot down cold.
Especially when he's got space like that. Very surprising.
Step back and squared up. Jordan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
An effective score from the in-between area of the court. Jordan doing his thing.
And with the Pistons' approach, Clark, it's almost methodical how they go about things.
Kevin, it's not only methodical, it is maniacal and physical. And that's what being a champion does to you. This team knows they're great. They feel if they play their game, nobody can beat them physically, but more importantly, emotionally and mentally.
So confident. And the Pistons with possession here on the wing. Dumars from the baseline. Rebound by the Bulls.
And he can't let that miss eat at him. You just got to come right back and take it again when left wide open.
You take a look at this Pistons offense, and they run an awful lot of pick-and-roll action effectively because they're an excellent passing team, and they work really well together. That is how you use the shot fake, folks.
Outside Thomas. Outside Dumars. Lets the three fly, and Isaiah Thomas with the three. Thomas got 11 points. Like looking at this Pistons offense, the pick and roll, the screen roll game is very deadly with Isaiah Thomas.
And it opens up everything for them as well. The team plays very unselfishly, always looking for a great shot and rarely settle for bad ones.
They're a very smart team.
Run the floor, and that's what you get. You get rewarded with easy buckets.
Great to push the pace and see what happens. I love that possession. Get the ball close to the hoop. A winning play.
Well, the Bulls have done a much better job, Clark, limiting turnovers in this game.
And it seems like they've made a concentrated effort to be more careful, to squeeze that orange a little bit better. You can see the change compared to the last game.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. A different look here for Detroit. Sally comes in for Bill Lambier. And it's Johnson in for Dumars. Free throw good, Edwards.
And Edwards is such a reliable center. Someone you can depend on to generate points inside.
Here's Neely. Offline with his three. Detroit leading by 6. The pass to Thomas. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. And it's 13 points for Isaiah Thomas. And Thomas with a very hot start. Mike Fratello to start this game.
Well, it looks like his offense is no longer a concern. Great job by him to get involved early on.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Hodges checked in for the Bulls.
Craig Hodges.
1:58 left now here in the second. And out of bounds. The Pistons throw word about the Pistons' second unit. We send it to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, typically the Pistons only play 8 guys, but they may go 12 deep now. Scott Hastings has started something called the bench bandits in Detroit. They wear rubber bands on their left wrists, and if one of those last 4 guys isn't paying attention, they snap it. It's kind of a painful way to stay focused. Guys, back to you.
It seems that way. Something's working, though. Mike, in the first 2 games, the Pistons bench outscored the Bulls bench by 30 points.
That's a whopping margin. It's been no contest. A major storyline in this series.
Agreed. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Whether starting or coming off the bench, Sally stars in his role, understands what's expected of him, and pretty much always plays to his strengths.
That was tough to watch. He takes it all the way to the cup and just can't finish the job.
And Jordan has it in the corner. It's good again, and the next one, 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
He is certainly a dominant player. Michael Jordan, when he's in the zone, unstoppable.
We've got 1:18 left in the second quarter. Thomas passes to Aguirre. Back to Thomas. Fires, high post. The shot, no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Pippen can't hit.
Well, there wasn't much there in terms of defensive pressure. I'm sure he'd like another crack at that shot.
Fundamentally sound right there. Threw it down with 2 hands.
Yep, sweet dunk for him.
Beyond the aesthetics, a big 2 points.
And 3 from Jordan. No good there. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Locked loose. Pippen with the steal. In transition, here come the Bulls. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Jordan.
You know, with all the other things Pippen does so well, sometimes I think we forget how good a passer he is.
There's 31 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Thomas passes to Johnson. Here's Edwards. That shot misses. Great D that time from Jordan. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Substitution for your Bulls. Stacey King. Horace Grant.
17 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Edwards. And Grant sends it back.
One of the better defenders in this game. Grant teeing off on that one.
And here's Jordan outside. And no good. And so it's Detroit heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We come back right after this.